Welcome everyone to Vested Interest. This is Shane, and before we get into the video, I'd like to thank everyone who's taken the time to watch, comment, and like the videos, and a special thanks to those who have subscribed to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Over 100 subscribers now. Really surprised by that, really surprised by the growth. Really appreciate everyone stopping by and showing your support. And for those who have stopped by the channel for the first time, on this channel we focus on a passive income investing strategy by buying stocks in good companies that pay dividends. It's not rocket science, and in my opinion, the best way to do anything is to keep it as simple as possible. So it really boils down to consistently investing, dollar cost averaging into dividend growth stocks in growing companies with positive cash flow that covers the dividend and companies that return a high yield on capital. I utilize both a dollar cost average approach, consistently investing into the stocks within the portfolio on a bi-weekly basis, every 2 weeks at a minimum when I get paid, but I also do large purchases as well when I have extra funds. I cover all my investments into the portfolio on this channel. I do not have a paid Patreon account, nor do I intend to ever have one. We all have enough to pay for, so it's free to see what I'm investing in from week to week. But if you'd like to help the channel, dropping a comment, liking the videos, subscribing, sharing the videos, and hitting the notification bell is one way you can help out. It really does help the channel. As I said, over 100 subscribers now, and that's all thanks to you guys. I also have some links down below to a Webull account for those who don't already have an investment account. Brokerage, might want to try that one out. That'll get you some free stocks, get me some free stocks as well. That's one way to help the channel out. And then I've got some books that I've covered on this channel. If you guys are interested in buying those through Amazon, you can use those links and I'll get a little bit of kickback from there as well. And as you can see, one of the things I want to cover on this is one of my more speculative plays, and I don't mean more speculative plays. This is the biggest speculative play I've ever done. My wife is actually a little upset with me. We had taken a loan out for a new pool, so I took some of those funds, or most of those funds, and a little bit of extra capital and dropped it into ZIM, this company here, which is a global shipping company out of Israel. And as you can see here, this is a little misleading, guys. It says currently down 41,981. That actually includes some dividends. So let's get into the video and I will show you the specifics on this one. First off, I wanted to start with, here's what I did. I took their free cash flow from 2018, 2019, 2020, and then I actually dropped 2021 down to be more in line with their regular growth consistently. This is actually 400 or 4 billion, a little over 4 billion, almost 5 billion instead of the 1 billion, but I dropped it down so it was more in line with their original growth or their steady growth from the previous years, and I discounted that back, and in my opinion, or according to this calculation, it kicked out a 15% discount at $89. I actually bought into ZIM around $88. Let's see that. So as you can see, I started picking up shares at $88.32. The biggest purchase, $164,283.84. Also picked up a little bit more at $87.10, $1,567 for a total of $165,851.59. That's everything I have into ZIM. That purchase was made back in March on the 21st, and you can see it all here. Next up, we look at March 26th. So it wasn't very long, and we were down quite a bit, $37,396, right? Dropped all the way down to $128,455. As you can see, it did pay out this $17 dividend here, minus some taxes, which you'll see here in a minute. I originally purchased 1,878 shares, and at that date, it was already down to $68.40. And then next update was on April 5th, which we were paid out the dividends, that $17 dividend. So as you can see here, dividend payout from ZIM on those 1,878 shares, paid out $31,926. Very nice payout. But then they also take out, because it's an Israeli company, they actually withhold the taxes right away. So $7,981.50. You see that right there? That was actually withheld in taxes. So I've already paid the taxes on this $31,926, and that resulted in a net into the account of $23,944.50. I do have drip set up, so it automatically bought back 358.61949 shares. So those I did not purchase. They were purchased with the dividends paid from the initial investment. Next update was April 25th. I think I covered this one in a previous video. even down further, guys, down $74,610.21. Now, again, a little misleading because this also includes the being down on the dividends paid out. So as you can see, I originally had 1,871 shares. Now it's at 2,236.619 shares. So that includes the dividend reinvestment. So that brings down the total negative right there down even more, because it includes those dividends that I didn't actually purchase, but that were purchased with the dividends paid out. Which brings us to today, Friday, May 6th. As you can see, it has recovered quite a bit. It's up to $66.09. And it says I'm still down $41,989.12. But again, back up to $147,806.97. So this includes the dividend reinvestments. So really, my initial investment was $165,851.59 minus the current $147,806.97 where it sits. So I'm really down $18,044.62. And to be honest with you, I'm not real worried about this. I guess most people or some people may be worried about this, but I really believe this is going back to $88, $90 plus based on my original assessment, discounted cash flow model assessment of what this is fairly valued at. ZIM does record earnings, report out earnings on May the 18th, and this has been steadily climbing from a low of $49 per share up to, like I said, $66 per share, and it does not look like it's slowing down anytime soon. It looks like it's going to continue right on through earnings, and then dividends will be paid out again in July sometimes, I believe around the 4th. So I'm going to leave this in there and collect those next set of dividends. I don't have to do anything with this until September, October timeframe, whenever we have to pay for the pool we're having installed. I'm going to leave it right in there, guys. I still think I'm going to make, anywhere from 20 to 30,000, maybe even more on this, depending on how much it does recoup. I would be a seller at this around $96 to $106 per share. Anything over $84 and I make that $23,000 dividend back. Anything over $88 and I'm above my initial cost basis. This is one I still like. I haven't added anything to it. Obviously, with $165,000 into it, I'm at the peak of what I want to add to this position. So for those of you who have invested in ZIM, who may be down, don't worry, you're in good company. I know a lot of us maybe bought it at what was the peak there. Still think it's undervalued compared to other shipping companies that have been reporting earnings. The shipping is still high, rates are still high. With China slowed down or shut down right now, it actually backlogged a lot of shipping as well. So I see the shipping industry being strong into next year. Actually, what I'm thinking about doing whenever I do cash out of this, when it hits my sell, like $88, I will probably take out the initial $165,000 that I put in it, which would be the 1,878 shares. I might even just go 2,000 shares, make it simple, and leave 236.619 shares in and let that ride, and it'll be free money, basically. It'll be playing with house money, so to speak. Well, guys, that's the update on my ZIM play. Still down, but headed in the right direction. Again, this is more speculative. This is not something I would recommend for most people. With some extra cash we had setting aside, just sitting in the bank account, and right now you're not earning anything in the bank as far as rates go, but this was a play, and we will see how it plays out overall. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll probably do another one in a couple weeks, but I wanted to show you not everything ends up rosy, guys. You don't get results right away. Sometimes you have to follow these things down. Don't panic sell at the bottom. If your stocks do drop after you buy them, you can dollar cost average your way down. Again, my initial purchase was at $88, and as you can see here, now it's at $84, $86, and I haven't added anything at all to it. That's just the dividend reinvestment. And when the next 4,000 reinvests, if it's under $84, $86, it'll bring this down a little bit lower. So that what that'll do is it allows me to recoup my losses earlier. So if this hits $84, $86, like I said, I recoup everything that I had into it, including the $23,000 in dividends. Currently, it's about right here at $65, $61, close of business on May 6th. So we're not too far away from this, about $20, $19 away from this right now. And again, I think it's headed there, probably into earnings. May 18th is earnings. So for everyone who's in ZIM or interested in ZIM, I still think it's a buy, definitely below My initial cost base is currently of $84, where I bought in at $88. It was as low as $49 if you were buying it at $49 a share. Kudos to you, or 50s, even in the 60s, like I said, wouldn't be a bad time to jump in. The next dividend is not as large as the $17 dividend. For those who don't know, what ZIM does is they pay out not really a special dividend, but it is a dividend based on, for April anyway, it is a dividend based on their previous year's earnings. So they pay out 40 to 50% one time in April of their previous year's earnings. And with record earnings last year, they paid out a record dividend, looking like record earnings again. We'll see where they're at on May 18th, but again, based on what other shipping companies have reported, it's record earnings again. So I assume they are going to pay out another very, very fat dividend next April. Their regular dividend that will pay out in July will be around $2.50. Now again, remember, Israel does take that 25% off the top, so that $2.50 will really be a payout of $1.87. Check out their homepage though, because there is some paperwork that you can file yourself or have your accountant file where you could recoup those dividends and then pay it stateside. I spoke to my accountant on that, and they actually advised me to leave it in there. It's already paid. Don't worry about it. And I didn't need the cash, obviously, so I just left it in there. And then that way, I don't have to worry about it later on. If I paid more than I need to, I'll get a tax credit, a foreign tax credit towards my taxes at the end of next year. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm not going to recoup the 25% they hold out of the next dividend either. I think that'll pay out around $4,000 after the 25% withholding. Should be around $6,000 total after 25% is withheld. It'll be around $4,400, I believe, if my math is correct on those 2,236 shares. And then we'll see where it's at in July, August, September. Hopefully it remains in that $80 to $96 range. I really would love it to hit 96 to 106. That's what I'm looking for. And that would be, like I said, a $40,000 to $50,000 return on this $165,000 investment. Well, guys, I'm getting a little long-winded here. I've got a daddy-daughter dance I've got to get ready for. I usually don't put out videos, but I wanted to give you an update on my ZIM play. ZIM is one I still like, so if you're not looking at it, maybe check it out. Again, not financial advice, just my opinion. And I left this one up with the old rainbow out about the time that I bought this, because I'm looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, guys. That's what I'm hoping for on this one. As always, appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to show me some love. Hit the thumbs up, ring the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. I do personally read and respond to the comments. I'm always interested to read your questions and or opinions. This is Shane signing off, wishing peace and prosperity to you and yours. And remember, financial security comes through those who take a vested interest. Hey, we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this presentation should be considered financial advice. I'm only sharing my opinion and investing journey for educational and entertainment purposes. Investing involves risk. You can lose money and should never invest any amount you are not comfortable losing. Always do your own research and invest based on your situation, circumstances, and selected criteria, or seek the advice and counsel of a certified financial advisor.